I blew up an account, and I can say that I don't know how, but I do know how. So I blew it up because I overtraded, and I don't know how. Because if you're watching this, you're probably like, what do you mean you don't know how? I had a self destruct day. Basically, what that means is you had one day where you absolutely destroyed every rule in the book and you just blew it up. See, the past few days, if you look at my YouTube shorts, I document my journey on my trades that I make every day. And I was doing good. But for some reason, when I get close to passing a funded account, I blow it up. I have a higher chance of blowing up when I get close to passing it than actually like in the middle or low. Because I was in drawdown and I was sticking to one trade a day. Got out the drawdown and I was one trade a day. I was one trade away from passing a funded account. And then what happened was I missed a setup. I watched the market keep going down and I chased the setup, ended up losing. And since the market was going down so much, my brain was telling me you can easily catch this trade. And I entered another trade, got a loss. Now my balance went from 1,000, like for example, it was like 25K or some shit. It went from it hit like 25K. Now it's at like 24.2 because I took one loss, which went to 24.6, which is one trade a day. I should have hopped off. So yeah, my balance went from 24.6 to now 24.2. And since I was only $200 away from the starting point, my brain told me take another trade because you're only $200 off the starting point. So what's the point of not trading? Might as well go for a home run and see if you can get it. So I tried to go for a home run, took another trade. For some reason, everything was opposite. The opposite was just happening. Destroyed. Took another 20-point loss. Because every time I enter a trade, I have an automatic stop loss and take profit. I don't do it, it just does it by itself. So boom, another 20-point loss. Now the balance is at like 23 point something. Basically, I'm below the starting point, right? So now my brain is telling me, you have to take another trade now because you're below the starting point of that account. So what the hell? So it's like, might as well, because if you just reset the account, it'll be higher anyways, right? I tried to take another trade, and then I doubled the size. Because the thing is, I thought I was able to, because the market looked so easy today. I genuinely believed that I was able to just catch some easy trades. Because I watched the market dump so hard, come back up, retrace, and start to break down again. So since it dropped hella hard in the beginning, I was like, it's probably gonna drop again, and it's gonna be an easy dub. It just kept losing, double the size. Boom! It hit the threshold, the max loss of the account. Boom! Account blew up. After 8 trading days of taking one trade a day, racking up the balance, just gone. And it's crazy how fast people do that, and crazy how fast it happened to me. After it not happening for a long time, it happened. But I learned one thing, after every time I mess up on something, I always learn one thing. Now I'm gonna put a restriction on that account where I have max loss for the day and it locks me out that account because I need that. I can take care of myself 90% of the days or even 99%, but that 1% day where if you let go is the day everything will be gone. Now, if I don't have a chance to get that 1% in, I'll take that. Because there will be days where you can control yourself. But you know what's funny? The reason I kept going is because I was like, this market looks too easy right now. It's just dropping. So if I just take the short, it's just going to keep going. Especially, I took one trade, it was break even. Took another trade, it was a loss. But then I thought I was getting stopped out because it started to go back my direction again. After I got stopped out, I entered short and it reversed again. So my balance went from like 1,000 to like 200, which was a chance to get off. But I was trying to go for a home run and it didn't work. Now I'm going to reset again. But this time, I promise you, I will stick to one trade a day. The only reason I would ever take two is, for example, I have a 5 point loss, right? And then like I go break even, like I'll just have another one max. Other than that, if I take one trade, it's over. And the reason I took another trade, I feel like, is because I felt like the loss wasn't real. Because when I follow my setup and I follow what I'm supposed to do, and then I take a loss, I feel it harder. Mind you, like I feel it harder, but I'm able to accept it. I'm like, I was wrong. It's fine, but I was wrong. But when I don't follow trade setups and I take a loss, it doesn't feel real because it just feels like it doesn't feel like you're wrong. It feels like you lost, if that makes sense. If I follow my trade setup, my plan, and I take a loss, I get off. I don't even want to trade after that. Because I'm like, I took my loss. I'm not risking more. I don't feel it. Like I was wrong. Call it a day. But when I take a non-trading setup, I feel like I was done. Like I felt like it was just a loss, and I feel like I can get that loss back. And it can never work. I learned over and over again how important one trade a day is for me, specifically. That is what's holding me back now. I have my trade setups. I have my trading. I have my take profit. I don't like my problem is not that I let losers run. I never move my stop up. If anything, I move my stop down only. When it comes to being greedy, I'm not too much greedy anymore. I move my take profit lower when I see momentum coming in because from my experience, okay, when it's hard dropping, I can move it a couple more points, you know? But the one problem that I was having was I was over trading. And I'm starting to realize this more and more because the more you start to realize, the more you get an actual belief, the more you stop doing the dumb shit. When you just like know things but you don't 100% believe it, it doesn't work. Like now I 1000% believe why I just do one trade a day. Because even though I was losing at a certain point, when I stuck to the one trade a day and I just let the numbers play out, the edge play out, sure, I was going drawdown, but eventually I came out to drawdown and I just went hella high. And every time I notice is the days I blow up, like for example, right, my balance would have been at 600 and I have to go to 1500. Now I just blew up the whole account and reset starting tomorrow. Maybe by Tuesday, I could have had all winners and I could actually been up making real money. But since I blew up the account, I'm restarting again. Now those next 3 days feel like nothing because I'm just trying to pass the account again. But those days could be real. It's like a loophole. It's like when you really dive into it, it's like this stupid loophole. And I hate that loophole. And I will never, ever take another. I won't even say one trade a day because I'll say the max drawdown for the day. It's going to be 18 points. But most of the time it's a one trade a day thing though, because last time I had like a 10-point stop, so I was able to take another trade with a 10-point stop, and then like I was able to get 30 points, whatever. I'm learning to accept that, but like other than that, if it hits my 18-point stop, 17, whatever, bro. To be honest, most of the time I don't. If I follow my plan, forget it. It'll be one trade a day. It's a very, very rare that I can take 2 trades a day, but it's one trade a day. I don't even want to do 2 trades a day. But it's just like, okay, if I'm break even, I'm allowed to take another trade. Sure. If I have a 5-point stop, 5-point loss, 7-point loss, I'm allowed to take another trade. But other than that, no, I don't even want to say that because I don't want to think of 2 trades. I'm going to stick to one trade. In a rare case scenario, if it stops me out, break even, and I want to turn back, cool. Other than that, like at that point, see, now I get this feeling like, okay, I need to be consistent. So one trade a day, that's it. Because it's all about consistency. It's like, because, for example, if I do one trade a day and one day I take a second trade, it's work. But like I learned over and over again why that second trade doesn't work. I have a low chance of that second trade hitting. So fuck that, bro. Like I'm gonna do one trade a day. I don't even care. You know what? I don't care anymore about anything. I just want to do one trade a day. Whether that's a 4-point loss, 5-point loss, 6, 7, 1-point loss, break even. One trade. Because if I follow my plan, I'm gonna be satisfied. And if I don't follow my plan, that's when you start to feel like shit. So but one trade a day. I feel much better knowing one trade a day, because I promise you that's what's keeping you. I feel like most people, that's what's killing them, is over trading. It's not the strategy. From now on, I'm gonna reset the account. I'm gonna hop back in, because rarely I've blown the account where I was taking losses over and over again because of my strategy. I destroyed the account because I overtrade. I started taking stupid setups, stupid things, especially after my recent strategy where I've been so deep into it, screenshotting every day. I have a real playbook on what to do in the opening range. Any single scenario, I have like a edge on what to do, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I got my edge. This is the final fucking reset of the year. I will never blow that account up. If I was taking losses because if I was just wrong, cool. But this is because it was my fault. And I promise you, I will never fucking blow up another account like that ever again. And I will never, that is my last time I will reset. Sticking to one trade a day. I don't care what the fuck it is. Because now I got that belief. Now I know that this is what's holding me back. And if I just stick to one trade a day, whether that's a loss or a win, and I follow my plan, because another thing is, the better I get with my entries. Okay, but the thing is, okay, now I have my strategy. Now I have my playbook. Now I can focus more on the execution and one trade. Now, if I combine the execution, one trade a day, combine that bitch, it's over. It's over for everyone. So, a little ranting session, but yeah, man, I promise you that is the last fucking time I'm ever blowing up a motherfucking stupid ass fucking funded account ever. That's my last time doing that stupid shit, because that stupid shit gets you nowhere. Because I was so close. The reason I took another trade is I wanted to pass that account so I can make money. So why I can do this, so I can do... No, shut the fuck up, bro. That's stupid. One trade a day, and I feel much better. I'm glad I did that. Because I promise you, I will never fucking let that shit happen again, because now I know the one trade a day is what's going to make me profitable. Not the strategy, not everything else. Obviously the strategy, but the strategy, I have that in the bag. That's not my problem. Maybe for you it's a problem. Maybe you can take one trade a day, but your strategy sucks. Maybe you know what I mean? Me, my strategy is there. I can actually execute it, not perfectly, but I can. It's like a playbook. I know what to do. Boom, boom, boom. Over the long run, it'll take care of itself. I have like a 1.5 risk to reward, sometimes 2. The win rate's a little bit higher. If I can just stick to that motherfucking stupid ass trading, and I do one trade a day, because every time I think about it, the things that hold me back is after I spam trades, 2 trades even. So one trade a day. Follow my plan. You know, fuck the loss, because my thing is, if I just follow my plan, take my short when I have to, long when I have to, doesn't matter. If I get stopped, I get stopped out. Manage my trades, whatever. One trade a day. I will never blow up that stupid ass account ever again. I will never do that shit ever again. I promise you that's what's going to make me money in the long run. One trade a day. Boom, boom. Hop on next. Okay, I take a loss. Cool, take a loss. Cool, take a winner. Take another winner. The edge, I have a kind of higher win rate. I have a higher risk to reward a little bit. So boom, just keep trading. Boom, 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 boom. And eventually it will probably go up, down, down, up, down, up. It's like a chart going up. And that's that, man. You guys can probably relate to this. And yeah, just things that break your rules, you gotta hate it. The things that destroy you, you gotta hate it. Now I hate taking a second trade. The only time I take a second trade is, and the only time I actually do take 2 trades a day. But the thing is, there are 2 different accounts with 2 different strategies. One is a funded account, and one is like my personal. My personal is like a 15-minute break and retest, and the other one is the opening range. So they're 2 different accounts. I let that slide because like they're completely different. But as far as the same account, like nah, fuck that, bro. Fuck that shit. I hate taking 2 trades now, because I learned over and over again, the second trade most of the time in the long run will not help you. Sometimes it will help you, but in the long run it's not going to help you. Okay, fuck that. One trade a day, that's what's going to help me. Follow my strategy, that's what's going to help me. Boom, call it a day, bro.